everybody, and welcome back. My name is Robert Sagati, also known as the Commenting Collector. I hope everyone had a great week. I certainly did, as it was my birthday week, and I was pleasantly surprised by a gift that I received from one of my daughters. And you can kind of see a peek of it in behind me. I'll bring it forward. It's custom, a customized hooded sweatshirt with my YouTube logo with the thumbs up inside the heart, and I didn't wear it. Well, it's really hot, and B, I wanted to show you guys the back. It's got the Commenting Collector with the YouTube logo. So what a great gift. I was surprised, flattered, and I will definitely be wearing it next time I go to a card show, and ultimately I will be wearing it at it'll be my very first national. Hopefully I'll be sooner than later. So if anyone sees me out and about, please come up and say hi. I'd love to meet everyone that is familiar with the channel. That would be great. So once again, shout out to my daughter for such a wonderful, unexpected gift. That was great. Okay, enough of that. Let's get on to what we're all here for. That's to talk about part 2 of the giveaway. And in a moment, I'm going to actually roll out 5 more NFL players that crossed over from the gridiron to become Hollywood actors, or if you will, transition from player to thespian. But first, I'm going to just recap the players and actors that I spotlighted last week that will be part of the video. So they'll be part of the giveaway, I should say. And the first card is that you'll be getting, and they happen to all be 71 tops. I'll just get that out of the way for all of them. But Dick Butkus, who starred in the television show Blue Thunder, among some other things. Merlin Olsen, defensive tackle, also known as Jonathan Garvey from Little House on the Prairie. Bubba Smith, defensive end. He was in the Blue Thunder show along with Mr. Butkus, and what I remember him from is his classic appearances in Police Academy movies. And last but not least, Alex Karras, defensive tackle, and known for Webster. And I remember that show with Little Webster in it. Great. So all these 4 players made pretty good names for themselves after their careers, and kind of an interesting little pattern as they're all as I characterize them as defensive monsters. So there must be something in the water if you're a defensive player coming out of the NFL and into Hollywood. So that's exciting. These are all part of the giveaway. But what's better, that there's going to be even more in this video that will be part of the giveaway. So just remember, if you haven't already, watch part 1, last week's video, and you want to comment or give a like and then comment, and then also do that for this video, and it's as easy as that. You'll be part of the giveaway. And I've actually participated in other channels giveaway, and I tell you right now, and I hope it improves. I want to get more as much participation as possible, obviously, but from your guys' perspective right now, the odds are pretty darn good. So yeah, please stay tuned, as I'm just doing this again. I had 50 subscribers, and hopefully I'll do this at my 100th subscriber, after my 100th subscriber, whenever that will be, 200, and so on. So, and I'm doing this just again to show my gratitude. I know there's, I love watching the content from the other YouTubers. There's so much good content out of there, and you only have so much time in the day. So I really appreciate you all supporting and watching. commenting and subscribing, liking, and so on. Especially since my videos tend to be a little on the long side, running from maybe 10 to 20 minutes or so, but just hopefully cut me some slack, as I like to talk and give shout outs and all that stuff, and I only do one video a week, so hopefully that won't be too much to ask to give me a watch every week. Appreciate it. Speaking of this week's video, we're gonna do some more NFL players that crossed over to acting. But before that, please give me a moment to spotlight some new subscribers to the channel. Welcome aboard Diamond Yard Sports Cards. Vintage and modern, lots of thoughts on the hobby. He's got mail days, PSA reveals, player showcases, live streams, and much more. All sports, mostly baseball. I first stumbled across George's channel when he appeared on a panel with none other than baseball collector Mike Moynihan. So check out his channel, Diamond Yard Sports Card. And as a bonus, George is a spitting image of a young Keith Hernandez. So that was my impression. So see if you think the same. I personally think it was some kind of separation at birth thing going on. So it's got to be one of his long lost identical twins. But anyway, check out Diamond Yard Sports Cards. Second, it's Natrix, focusing on adventures at antique stores, comic shops, conventions, and so on to see what cool items he can find. His comics, antiques, and anime, they're a cool watch. So please give Natrix a view. And I just want to just make it clear that the default focus on my channel is cards, but of course, as you've seen in some of my previous videos, I appreciate branching out into other collectible items, especially those related to pop culture. So for something unique, check out his channel. It's Natrix. And speaking of eclectic, Fred Hall Direct Edition. It's all about comics and pop culture. His setup, which he calls the Dungeon, rivals a vintage toy shop. So check him out, and you'll be glad you did. Fred Hall Direct Edition. And my last shout out is Sooner D, hardcore Oklahoma Sooner and St. Louis Cardinal fan. Oklahoma, the birthplace of Mickey Mantle, and my personal hero, my man James Garner, better known as Jim Rockford, also hails from Oklahoma. So, this alone should be worth the sub, but he also has some great baseball and football cards, and the stories behind them are great. If you like stories, and who doesn't, check out Sooner D. Thank you for that. And okay, without further ado, here's more NFL players that went Hollywood. An additional giveaway cards up now. Okay, to give proper reference, my crack research staff used Wikipedia and MeTV for some of the following information. Let's kick it off with Mr. Fred Dryer. Played defensive end. Here's a representation from a 1978 Topps, and this card will not be part of the giveaway. It was in my personal collection from when I was a kid. Bought it at a store, and it's really not in great shape anyway, so I'm going to keep that one. But I will say, in January 1969, Fred was the 13th overall pick in the NFL draft. He was selected in the first round by the New York Giants. After playing out his option in the 1971 season, the Giants traded Fred to the New England Patriots on draft day of January 1972. In May of that same year, the Patriots traded Fred to the Los Angeles Rams, where he played right defensive end for 10 years, attaining All-Pro honors. It's in LA in the 90s, in which Hunter was created by Frank Lupo, which stars, of course, Fred Dryer as Sergeant Rick Hunter and Stephanie Kramer as Sergeant D.D. McCall. Hubba hubba. The title character, Sergeant Rick Hunter, is a wily, physically imposing, often rule-breaking homicide detective with the Los Angeles Police Department, which ran on NBC from September 18th, 1984 to September 26, 1991. Today, along with the Rockford Files, it remains one of my favorite television shows. Next up, Mr. Ed Marinaro. And I'll show you the back real quick. This is a representation of a 1976 Topps card when Ed was with the Vikings as a running back. Mr. Marinaro played college football at Cornell, and he went on to play professional football for 6 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings, New York Jets, Seattle Seahawks, appearing in Super Bowls 8 and 9 with the Vikings. Of course, the Vikes lost all those, but that's probably never going to be a subject for another day. But nonetheless, he is also known as a regular cast member on Hill Street Blues, playing Officer Joe Coffey for 5 seasons, 1981 through 1986. And again, Mr. Ed Marinaro is part of the giveaway. Timmy Brown, halfback with the 1967 Philadelphia Eagles. This happens to be a representation, no coincidence, but it is actually a Philadelphia football card. And Timmy, not to be confused with Raiders Timmy Brown, played, there's Justin there, played a single game with the Green Bay Packers, 8 seasons with the Philadelphia Eagles, and 1 season with the Baltimore Colts, all of the National Football League. He scored the last touchdown in the 1968 NFL Championship game, and his final game was 2 weeks later in Super Bowl III with the Colts. Brown went to the Super Bowl in 62, 63, and 65. He is the only player in Philadelphia history to return a kickoff 105 yards for a touchdown, and the only Eagle and the first of 9 NFL players ever to return 2 kickoffs, 90 and 93 yards for touchdowns in the same game. He led the league twice in all-purpose yards, doing so in 1962, 63, with 2,306 and 2,428 yards, respectively. He also led the league in kick returns and return yards twice, doing so in 1961 and 63. A few appearances on Adam 12 followed, which then led to his biggest role yet, a regular series gig on MASH. Brown took the role of Dr. Oliver Harmon. He took the role over from Fred Williamson, another NFL star who appeared in MASH. And guess what? Here he is, Fred Williamson, who played cornerback, and this is a representation on a 2012 Panini National Treasure card when he was with the Chiefs. And unfortunately, Fred will not be part of the giveaway. And if I forgot to mention, Timmy Brown is part of the giveaway. So Fred, also known as the Hammer, was a professional or a former professional American football defensive back who, after starting his career and playing 1 year with the Packers, then he played in the AFL during the 60s with the Raiders and the Chiefs. Williams is mostly a star of the silver screen, a legend of blaxploitation cinema, and a regular cool presence in action flicks. He might also be the only former NFL player to appear on Star Trek. This card, again, will not be part of the giveaway. Sorry. But the next card will. And that is, last but not least, Tim Rosevich, who played linebacker on this 1973 Topps when he was with the Chargers. There's the back. Rosevich played for the National Football League Eagles, Chargers, and Oilers between 68 and 1976. He played in the 1969 Pro Bowl. Due to his stature, the towering athlete often played the muscle on television shows. He got his on-screen start in early 1978 on Charlie's Angels. Weeks later, he could be seen as a bodyguard on Soap. More roles quickly followed. He was a driver and thug, again, on Charlie's Angels. And there's an image where he played both a warehouse thug and Beastman on Wonder Woman. After growing a distinctive mustache, much like his old roommate, Rosevich became a familiar presence on series as varied as The Love Boat, The A-Team, and of course the iconic Elf. This card will be part of the giveaway. So remember, if you like and commented on both Part 1 and Part 2 by midnight Central Time, August 19th, you'll be eligible for a winner-take-all drawing to be held sometime during next week's video. So all these cards will be the winner, or will be going to some lucky winner, one of my viewers that I really appreciate. Everyone, good luck. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Until then, good collecting.
Jim Brown, Fred Williamson, Jim Kelly, Richard Roundtree. 4 dudes that just don't pay to mess with. In 1 down, 2 to go.
You may be good in kung fu, but I'm an expert in gun fu.